for, okay, thank you. We are recording the class in case, because I know today there are people who are gonna be absent. So if I know that someone is absent, I can, Victoria and Valerie, they record the class, so you can have the link and follow the class. The day after or whatever you want. Okay, so benvenuti alla classe di Italiano 1. This is a class for really beginner, for people who doesn't know anything about Italiano. So it's an introduction to my beautiful language. I introduce myself first. My name is Alessandra Brisotto, and I am from Florence, okay, Italy. I've been here in the United States for 21 years, 10 years in Florida and 1 year here, in north of Atlanta, Alpharetta. And my husband is Italian too. We moved, 21 years ago, just because he had a job opportunity. He always worked for American companies in Italy, so they asked to go to St. Petersburg, Florida, and he said, why not? And we thought to stay there 2 or 3 years. We are still here, so after 21 years. Anyway, I have a son, Pietro, he's 18, and he was born in Florida. And my daughter, Marta, she was born in Italy, and she's almost 24, and she lives in Nashville. She graduated from Belmont University, and she's a singer. She graduated in voice and composition. So she's poor, but she's happy. Okay. And my son is doing her first year of college abroad in Valencia, Spain. So, and okay, I worked, of course, in Italy, and I was doing a completely different job. I worked for 12 years in a travel agency in Florence, and then in an airline company and at the human resource department. And but after some years here in the States, I decided I follow my kids, of course. I want to be with them and follow them. And then I decided to start to work again. And I start with the private lessons, and then I joined Ollie at Emory. So I teach Italian there, and then Your Beautiful Center, and and another center that now I don't work for them anymore because they moved back to Florence. But I used to work in a school, in an international school in Sandy Springs, International Language School in Sandy Springs. So anyway, so if you don't understand me, just tell me, stop me, because I have a perfect pronunciation in Italian, of course, when I speak Italian, but my English is not perfect at all because my husband is Italian, my kids are bilingual, so I always speak Italian at home. So that's why my pronunciation is bad. So if you don't understand me, just ask me. Tell me I don't understand, or can you repeat, whatever. Okay, but I know my English pronunciation and my grammar is not perfect, it's not great, but my Italian pronunciation is perfect. And in Italy we have a different accent and dialects. The only place where you don't have any dialect, you don't speak any dialect, and you speak the pure Italian is the Florence area, because the Italian language was born there during the Renaissance people, during the Medici period. So this became officially the Italian language. That's why the people who are from Florence or around Florence, we don't have any accent, and we don't have any dialect. So we speak pure Italian. So Barbara and other old students know that I'm picky with the pronunciation, right, Barbara? With the Italian pronunciation, I'm very picky. So, but anyway, so I know some of you, of course, but before we start today, I start from Gilles. can you tell me why you decided to learn Italian?
I'm going to Italy in July. I'll be going to Rome and to Venice, and I do want to be able to speak a little bit.
Oh, okay, bene. My parents are from Venice. I mean,
and I also am going to Sicily. I don't know if the language is a little bit different.
Oh, bellissima, beautiful. Sicily is beautiful, beautiful. Okay, okay. I skip Barbara. Okay, John, why do you want to learn Italian?
Well, I was asked that question at Emory Night School. I actually took a semester about 10 years ago.
Okay.
And I said, it's because I want to learn to sing O Sole Mio in Italian.
Ah!
But the more immediate reason is because I just returned from 2 weeks in Napoli. We just went to Napoli for 2 weeks.
Okay.
And it was, of course, anybody who knows a little French or Latin begins to pick up Italian. And we picked up just enough that I left with the illusion that I might be able to speak it. So here I am.
Okay, so you survived. Great. Bravo. Okay, so let's see here. Elizabeth, can you unmute yourself? Okay. Yeah. Can you hear me, Elizabeth?
Yes, so I'm going to Italy, Rome, Tuscany, and maybe Napoli in 3 weeks, and would like to learn how to speak it.
Bene, bene, bene. So you are going to my area, Florence and Tuscan area, okay? My region, okay.
Okay.
Tuscany. Okay. So let's see, Donna.
Let's see. I want to learn Italian so that if I go back to Italy, it's been a long time, that I can speak some. And I've always enjoyed Italian opera, but it's the operatic language.
Yeah.
So I thought it would be really fun to learn some of it.
Yeah, it's the only time I can show off with my Italian, when I go to the opera, you know, because at the Cobb Energy Center, because I don't have to read the screen, I can understand. Yes. Yeah.
When I used to go to the opera, they didn't have a screen either.
Yes,
So,
you're right. And if you go to Italy sometimes, to Verona, to Arena, they don't have the screen. You have to, I mean, just
right.
Yeah, yeah. Bene, bene. So, Joanne.
Well, yes. My parents and my grandparents came from Sicily and Naples.
Okay.
But at the time, as you may know, in the 20s, they did not want us to speak Italian because there was so much prejudice against Italians. They said, we're in America, you speak American. And so I never learned. And at 78 years old, I'm embarrassed to say that I never have seized an opportunity to study Italian. And now, before I die, I would like to know how to speak
it's never
my language.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have been to Italy a number of times. And as a matter of fact, Florence is my sister's. I usually have traveled with my sister. Florence is her absolute favorite city in the entire world, and she's been around most of the world.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. Grazie, grazie. So, but it's true. I mean, many people, I mean, some people who immigrate here in the States, they want that their children, they have to be American. So they never speak Italian. They didn't want that the kids learn Italian at that time. Right. So, because it was a shame, you know, it's the same thing now with the new immigrants in Europe. I mean, it's unfortunate, it's the same story. So, and now instead for my kids, oh, it's cool. Oh, your mom is Italian, your dad is Italian. They feel cool, you know, because it's, I understand, but it's never too late. Benvenuta, okay? And Sicily and Naples, Sicily, it's a beautiful island, and beautiful people too. So, okay, so we have here Catherine.
Yes. See. I also am going to Italy in I think October, and I'm walking in Umbria. So I need to ask directions.
See,
and I need to order my dinner
see, you will learn this.
and
Yeah.
get Band-Aids from the chemist, you know? So that's why I actually spent, I was just thinking, I spent a semester in Rome my junior year 50 years ago.
Okay.
So my Italian is not so good. So
Well,
that's
okay.
why I'm
It's okay.
taking it.
You will improve. Good. Okay, let's see. Barb. Okay, she's not there. Okay, I don't see anybody here. So John, can you unmute yourself? Cioffi, Cioffi, it's an Italian last name. I remember my music professor was, Mr. Il Signor Cioffi. I still remember him. Yeah.
Well, thank you. I, like the others, I've been to Italy, some small travel, and enjoyed, and hope once all the COVID is over to have more opportunity to get there. Never studied Italian, studied French, but still don't speak it particularly well. So I thought, oh, well, maybe when I get back to Italy, just a few words, just to better read the signs, maybe just a few, things that I could say, just to love the sound of the language. I guess that's the other part of it, just so musical. I just would enjoy being able to get a few words out of my mouth.
Sure, bene, brava, brava. And Cioffi is the last name from South Italy. So
Yes.
Probably I don't remember if it's Naples area.
Yes, that sounds correct. Although I'm not Italian, I married into an Italian family in the New York City area, so I never had it at home. I'm almost 100% Irish, so.
Okay. Well, what a combination.
Yeah, very, very familiar in the New York area. Yes.
Okay. Bene, bene. Okay, so now who else? Okay, I think, Barbara. Okay, I missed you. Do you want to tell us, why do you want to speak it, to learn Italian, if you want to share?
Well, I've been to Italy twice.
Okay.
The first time, I didn't seem to have any problems. I understood. We got around, we did everything, but I don't think I understood it. But you do a lot of sign language. You talk with your hands a lot. And we didn't feel like strangers there for some reason.
Okay.
I want to listen. I'm not big on workbooks and all that stuff. I want to listen and pick it up.
Okay.
So don't call on me to repeat it.
Okay, va bene, va bene. So first of all, I don't know if, there are two of my old students, Barbara and Andy, and of course, and Joan, and I know why they want to learn Italian. So anyway, but if you want, Barbara, if you want to share with the rest of the class, so you can introduce yourself so they know you.
Me?
No, Barbara Matters. See.
Okay.
Well, I'm a musician, retired music teacher. And so as a vocalist, we had to at least sing in the different languages, but I never got the opportunity to really take the language. I'd have to translate it just using a dictionary so I'd know what I was singing, but never really got to know the language. And I just thought this would be a good time to learn it. So.
Brava Barbara, brava. Barbara è brava, sì, molto brava. So Andy, do you want to say, everybody, why do you want to learn Italian? He's my old student.
Yeah, sure. I am the family. My family, half of it was Italian, half of it were other numbers, and so I passed on the ones that were not Italian when I left from Alexandria, Egypt to the States. And now I'm catching up, and it's getting difficult at the age of 90 to do
Bravo Andy, bravo. See, and Andy, sometimes the first time I met him, he called me and he wants to learn a song. You remember, Andy?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, we share a song together. Yes. So, and the other, no, let me see, John, okay. My old students too, not old because the age, but old because they already took Italiano 1. John, do you want to share? Yes.
I took Italian in college in preparation for going to Italy for a summer. And that was a long, long time ago. And I thought it would be a good exercise for my brain to take it up again.
Bravi, bene. Okay, so I think I asked everybody, right? I haven't missed anyone because you are so many. Okay, so and I want to ask all of you, do you have the book? Did you order the book?
I couldn't find it and on Amazon.
Okay, on Amazon.
And also thrift books, couldn't find it there.
Okay.
It was very expensive. It was $41 if they'd had it.
No, I mean, don't worry. This morning I had a private lesson with a new student, and we chat last week. And on Amazon, I don't know why the book costs $45.
Yeah.
It's, I think, because they don't have in stock.
Yeah.
So Barnes and Nobles, if you order in Barnes and Nobles, is $17.
Okay.
Where is that?
Barnes and Nobles. The
Barnes and Noble.
The
Barnes and
store,
Noble.
yes.
Oh.
It's I saw online you can order, it's $17, 17 and something. So
What is the name of the book, please?
oh, okay. The book is this one, Italian Now. Okay, and okay, this is Barron's. Can you see it?
Yeah,
Barron's.
I can.
Okay. And
So
it's
I got it on Kindle for $10 and I also got it at the library. So,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
But I'll
And-
buy it on Barnes and Noble.
Okay, so you can order, and this is good for Italiano 1, 2, and 3. So it lasts for a long time, okay, because it's a very thick book. And is the one I use at Emory, at Emory too. And yes, I like this book. So my Italian classes are, I mean, in this way, we study in the book, and then we share together every time a PowerPoint, some slides. My PowerPoint reflects the book. So what you study in the book is in my PowerPoint. So you can use both book and PowerPoint. Sometimes some people like more prefer the PowerPoint because it's more visual. It's up to you. You have the book and you have my PowerPoint. And I send my PowerPoint every time in the evening. After class, I send you the PowerPoint. So I need your email address. So Victoria should send me a list of your email address, because if I don't have your email address, I can send you my PowerPoint. Okay, so please provide, I mean, tell to Victoria your email address so I can send you every time the PowerPoint, my slides. Otherwise, it's it's difficult for you follow the class. And sometimes we are gonna share some videos, because you can listen someone different than me who speak Italian. I want that you hear someone else speaking Italian, so not only my voice but someone else. So, and that's it. I mean, I think we can start. Please, if you don't understand me when I speak English, just tell me, and or you can correct me. I correct you in Italian, And please, you correct me. I'm very happy if you correct me in English. Okay, so we can learn from each other. I teach you and you teach me. And my husband speaks very well, of course, much better than me. And when we came here is because my husband was working for an American company, and then he worked for several companies. He worked for the Coca-Cola company for some years. That's why we moved here to Atlanta. And now he's working from AIG, the insurance company, is in IT. So, I mean, has worked for, corporate, okay? I mean, in corporate, so he's always busy, much busier than me for sure. But anyway, during this pandemic, we are working from home, so it's boring and not traveling now, but anyway, but it's in Italy, it's much better now. I mean, now I'm going to Italy every 3 or 4 months because my mom is very old. So after, I haven't seen her for 2 years during the pandemic, but now I'm going every 3 or 4 months. Sometimes Barbara, Andy knows, they know my mom's house in Florence because I had some classes from my mother's house when I'm there. Okay, so now we will share the book. So the first pages of the book. Okay, can you see this? Okay, just 1 second. Okay, this first class, it's a little bit boring because we have to go through the pronunciation and the spelling just this time, just one time, because there are few rules for the pronunciation and the spelling. If you know these rules, you are fine. So, but I have to go through this. If you have the book, is at the very, very beginning of the book. So pronunciation and spelling. We have 5 vowels in Italian: A, E, I, O, U. Okay. The good thing in Italian, you pronounce the words the same way you write the words. In English, for me, it's a nightmare because you write in a way and you pronounce in a different way. In Italian, you write and pronounce in the same way. Okay, so it's in a way, it's much easier. Okay, so these are the vowels. A is the sound, and the example is cane. E is the example is bene. I, vino. O, oro. U, no, you. U, like uso. Can you repeat all together for me? Cane.
Cane, vino, oro.
Okay. Bene.
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 Vino.
Vino.
Oro.
Oro.
Uso.
Uso.
Okay. So here are some other examples when you have a vowel before or after another vowel. Like, for example, yesterday, ieri. You have 2 vowels here. Ieri, mai, uomo, causa. Can you repeat them for me? Ieri.
Ieri.
Mai.
Mai.
Uomo.
Uomo.
Causa.
Causa.
Bravi, bravi. Okay, now we are talking about consonants. The consonant, the sound is more or less like the English, I mean, your consonant when you speak English. There are some consonants are more difficult than others. Okay, B is like your B, and the example is bene. When we are talking about the C, we pronounce the C in a hard way, like cane or chi, or in a soft way, in a gentle way, like the example is cena, or this word, you know this word for sure, ciao. Okay,
Yeah.
these are the rules. Okay, here is the rules. It's before a or o. Don't worry about the rules. This first page of the book is because when you are reading or talking, if you are not sure about how to pronounce something, this you can find the rules. Okay. It will come automatically, but if sometimes you don't know how to pronounce something, you can look at these pages because there are few rules for the pronunciation and you can be sure how you pronounce them, okay? So, cena or ciao and cane o chi. So it's hard or soft. D, it's dopo, it's regular. F, like fare. The G is like the C. You can pronounce the G sometimes in a hard way or in a gentle or soft, or whatever you want to call, like gatto or ghetto, or soft like gente or giacca.
Gente, giacca.
Okay, then we will repeat, after this we will repeat all together. Then we have these two GLI and GN. I know it's very difficult for the American speakers because these sound like li, like figlio, son, figlio,
Figlio.
li.
Figlio.
Yes, figlio.
Figlio.
Or GN, bagno, bagno.
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 Okay, or maybe you know the word when you were talking about food, the gnocchi, okay? The gnocchi, gnocchi. I know it's difficult to pronounce, but this is the sound, gn and li.
Yeah.
And then we have L, latte,
Latte.
M, mano,
Mano.
N, nome,
Nome.
P, pane,
Pane.
Q, we don't say Q, we say Q, qui,
Qui.
R, I know it's difficult for you pronounce the R. For me, it's difficult to pronounce the R in English because we roll our tongue. I roll my tongue in a different way and you roll your tongue in the American way. So I understand if it's difficult to pronounce the R, okay? So like the color rosso.
Rosso.
And then, sorry, I don't understand this voiceless or voice because when I talk to me, I don't hear the difference. Probably you hear that. So S like sale.
Sale.
Specchio.
Specchio.
And voiced is casa. I don't know.
Casa.
Or sbaglio. Okay. Then we have SC. Sh or sk. It's like the G and the C, hard or soft. Like sk, like scuola or schema.
Schema.
And sh, like scena or sciarpa. And T, tanto, V, vino, and Z, zio. Okay, now we repeat this all together. In Italian, all the words end with a vowel, like bambino, bambina, bello, grande, always with a vowel. If a word doesn't end with the vowel, that means it's not an Italian word. It's something imported from another language, okay? Because if it's Italian, we don't have, all the words end with the vowel. So let's repeat all together so I can hear your pronunciation. Bene.
Bene.
Cane.
Cane.
Chi.
Chi.
Cena.
Cena.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Dopo.
Dopo.
Fare.
Fare.
Gatto.
Gatto.
Ghetto.
Ghetto.
gente,
gente,
giacca,
Grazia.
figlio,
Figlio.
bagno,
Bagno.
latte,
latte,
mano,
Mano.
nome,
Nome.
pane,
Pane.
qui,
Qui.
rosso,
Rosso.
sale,
Sale.
specchio,
Spezio.
casa,
casa,
baglio,
Baglio.
scuola,
Scuola.
schema,
schema,
scena,
Scena.
sciarpa,
sciarpa,
tanto,
Tanto.
vino,
vino,
zio.
Io.
Dio.
Bravi. Okay, if you look at here, CH, CH in Italian, chi, okay? So this sound is when you have a word with CH. The example I'll always, say to my students, when you go to an Italian restaurant and you order an appetizer, sometimes you can find on the menu bruschetta. They pronounce bruschetta. No, it's not bruschetta, it's this sound, k, bruschetta. So now you know, if you go and you want the appetizer, you have to order una bruschetta. Okay, bruschetta, not bruschetta. Okay, so now you know. Okay, now this is very important. In Italian, we have double consonant. These are so important. You have to pronounce them, and I have to hear them. So double consonants are very common in our language. And these are some examples. Well, bruschetta is one of them because it has double T. So you don't say bruschetta, you say bruschetta, okay? Like this one, arrivederci. Can you repeat after me?
Arrivederci.
You see, it's double R, double R. Basso,
Basso.
bello,
Bello.
caffè,
Caffè.
camminare,
Camminare.
faccia.
Faccia.
Another word, it's not formaggio, it's formaggio with double G, formaggio.
Formaggio.
Okay, mamma,
Mamma.
nonno,
Nonno.
occhio,
Occhio.
and you can miss this one. It's not pizza, it's pizza. You have to pronounce the double Z.
Pizza.
Pizza, ok, pizza, la pizza margherita, pizza, ok, good, bravi. And then last two things, there are some words, very few words. They have an accent on the last vowel, and these are some examples. There are very few of them, probably these are less than 10 words. So like caffè, città, perché, poiché. You see caffè, you put an emphasis on the E. Caffè.
Caffè.
Città.
Città.
Perché.
Perché.
Poiché.
Poiché.
Okay, another word, if you go to a restaurant and now you have to pronounce it well, when you eat some pasta, okay, gnocchi, it's a kind of pasta. Now you know gnocchi.
Yeah.
But the best pasta in Italy is, one of the best kind of pasta for me, sono gli spaghetti. So you don't have to say spaghetti, spaghetti with double T. Now you know. Spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
Okay.
Okay, bravi, bravi.
Yeah.
Okay, and last thing is we don't have in our alphabet, we don't have the word J, K, W, X, and Y. So if sometimes you find in the book or you can hear, I mean, songs or a movie, some words who doesn't end with the vowel, that means they are important from a different language. Normally it's French or, I mean, usually it's English. Like you can, I don't want to pronounce because you can pronounce this better than me. Il
jazz.
Il
jazz,
Jazz.
sì. Il karate.
Il
karate.
Il
Weekend.
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 Okay, if we use weekend or jazz, means we use these words and they are from the English language. They're imported.
So
Okay.
what is ill? What is ill? The?
It's the article, the, and we will study the article. Yes, the jazz, the karate, the weekend. See. Okay, and this is just, there are some verbs like the verb avere, to have. The H is silent. Don't worry, we are not studying this verb now, but in this case, the H is silent. So is instead of io, ho, I have, it's io ho, tu hai, lei ha, no, loro hanno. So we don't pronounce the H, but don't worry, we will study the verb to have later, and I will remind you this. Okay, this is the very last thing, and then we start with very quickly with the PowerPoint. Okay, we don't capitalize something, like we don't capitalize the titles, we don't capitalize the days of the week, we don't capitalize the months of the year, we don't capitalize the nationalities. Not because we are rude, but just because it's our grammar. It's in this way, okay? So, dottore, we don't capitalize doctor, like professore, signora, or like some nationalities like Chinese, Inglese, Italiano, they are not capitalized. Same thing for the months of the year, gennaio, settembre, Ottobre, you can hear the double consonant, gennaio, settembre, ottobre. And then the months of the week, lunedì, martedì. Martedì. Today oggi è lunedì. Okay, so this is about, the pronunciation. And in Italy, we have two ways we use the formal and informal. So when we are talking to a person who is older than us, or a person you don't know at school, at college, a professor, a doctor, you use the polite form or the formal. And we talk with friends, or I talk to you informal because you are my student. So I don't know you, but I know you. So I can use the informal. I tell you every time when you have to use the informal and the informal. Unfortunately now, especially the young people, my kids, for example, they talk Italian and they use always the informal. Even if they talk with my mom's friends, they are always 90. And they talk for informal, and I say, you have to use the formal, you have to use the formal. But this is the way it is. The young people don't use the formal anymore. But because we have two ways to speak Italian, formal and informal, I teach both, okay? But the formal is less and less common, unfortunately. Okay, so this is the first page of the book. Okay, this is our first conversation. So this is, it's the pagina page 3 in your book. If you have the book, it's page 3. So, conversaciones, unit 1, come si chiama? This is a conversation between la professoressa Maria Giusti, the professor Maria Giusti, and Dina and Paul. They are 2 American students, and they are in Perugia, where there is a very famous, very popular university for foreign people in Perugia, in Umbria, in central Italy. Okay, so I read the conversation, and then I need 3 volunteers who are Professoressa Giusti, Dina, and Paul. Signorina, come si chiama? Mi chiamo Dina Siracusa. Lei è americana, no? Sì, sono di Chicago. E lei, signore? Mi chiamo Paul Giannetti. Andreas, mute yourself, ok? Mi chiamo Paul Giannetti. Anche lei è americano, vero? Sì, ma sono italiano d'origine. Anch'io sono italiana d'origine. Vi presento Mark Cardelli, un altro americano d'origine italiana. Molto lieto. Piacere, il piacere è mio. Don't worry about, you have the translation here. Just try to, hear the sound. Who wants to be Professoressa Giusti? Who wants to be Dina and Paul? I need 3 volunteers. Don't be shy. Come on. Who wants to be Professoressa Giusti?
Okay.
Okay, John. Okay. Who wants to be Dina?
Joan? Oh,
That's okay.
Who wants to be Dina?
I'll be Tina.
Okay. So John, you say something, John Cioffi?
Yes, whatever. Dina
Okay.
or that I can try Dina.
Okay, Dina, and who else? Sorry. Who
Paul.
wants to be Paul?
I can be Paul.
Okay, Paul. Okay, let me see. Okay. Okay, perfetto. Paul is okay. Okay, Jill, you are Paul. Okay, you
I
are
am
a man.
Paul.
Okay. So, Professoressa Giusti, vai, go.
Okay. Signorina, come chiama?
Come si chiama?
Come chiama?
Come si chiama?
I'm sorry, I saw it wrong. Come
That's
si
okay.
chiama?
Sì.
Mi chiamo Dina Siracusa.
Lei è americana, no?
Sì, sono di Chicago.
E lei, signore?
Mi chiamo Paul Giannetti.
Anche lei è americano, vero?
Sì, ma sono italiano d'origine.
Anch'io sono italiana di origine.
Vi presento Mark Cardelli, un altro americano d'origine italiana.
Molto lieto.
Piacere.
And Mark, oh, Mark, there is no, okay, I am Mark, okay, there is Mark, I didn't notice that. Okay, il piacere è mio. Bravi, bravi, okay, perfetto, perfetto. So, we have some new words here, but I want to start because the first lesson there is the introduction. So I want to start with the PowerPoint first, and then if we have time, we go back to the book. So just 1 second. Oh, sorry. Okay. So can you see this?
Yes.
Okay, this is the PowerPoint I will send you every week. After the class, I will send you my PowerPoint. So, oggi è il 7 febbraio 2022. Today is February 7, 2022. So you can notice here since the beginning, we put first the number, then the month, and then the year. You put first the month and then the number. We do the contrary, okay? So 7 febbraio, double B, double consonant, febbraio, and it's not capitalized because we don't capitalize the months of the year. So we are going to study rules for pronunciation. We did that. How to introduce yourself, how to say your name, how to say your nationality, how to meet people and introduce a friend to another, how to greet someone during the day, how to say how are you, and how to answer. Okay, and this is something extra. Okay, so now the first thing you learn in a foreign language is always how are you, okay? How are you? In Italian, you have two ways, of course. The formal, come sta, and the informal, you add an I here, come stai. This is the informal. When you talk with someone that you know, come stai. If you don't know how to ask this, if you are in Italy, you are in my town in Florence, or in Sicily, in Sicilia, or at Roma, and say, oh my gosh, what can I say? Formal, what can I use? Formal, informal, and you screw up, there is a shortcut. You say, come va. Come va is how you doing. It's good for formal and informal. So if you don't know how to use come stai or come sta, use come va. It's good for everybody. And you can answer bene, good, molto bene, very good, tutto bene, everything is fine, benissimo, great, or abbastanza bene, quite well, così così, so and so, non c'è male, not too bad. Or you can say male, bad, malissimo, very bad. Yeah, in Italian, it's not like here. Here you say, oh, how are you? Ah, great, fantastic. No, in Italian, if he doesn't have, someone doesn't have a good day, they can say not too bad, male or malissimo. That they say what they feel. So it's, don't worry, don't always say great, fantastic. Say, no, male, not too, not bad, or not too good, or whatever. So it's very common that we don't say always great or fantastic like the American people, okay? So it's not unpolite, it's just we say what we feel in that moment, okay? So, and you reply, oh, come stai? Bene, grazie. E tu? Good, thank you. And you? Okay, so if I ask you, for example, let's see here. Okay, let me see. Catherine, ciao, come stai?
Bene. E tu?
Bene, grazie. Ciao. Okay, so this is the way, I mean, we say, how are you? Now, let's see, how do we ask, what is your name? In English, you say, what is your name? In Italian, the sentence, the question is a little bit different. We say, how do you call yourself? And you reply, I call myself. So we can use the expression come si chiama when we want to know the name of someone else. For example, o come si chiama this? Si chiama pen, okay? So when you want to know the name of the object, come si chiama, or when you want to use the formal, come si chiama lei. When you see this lei with the capital letter, that means we are talking formal. If we want to say, what's your name? Informal, we say, come ti chiami? So, come ti chiami? Informal, come si chiama? Lei, formal, or come si chiama? You can avoid the lei, but come si chiama lei, it's the formal. So at this point, I'll say, let me see. Mi chiamo Alessandra, so I call myself. This is chiamo is the verb, chiamare, to call, and this is myself. I call myself Alessandra. Mi chiamo Alessandra, sono italiana, sono di Firenze. My name is Alessandra, or I call myself Alessandra. I am Italian. I am from Florence. If you are a man, mi chiamo is the same, but the adjective normally, usually, not every time, but the general rule, when something ends with the a, it's feminine, o, it's masculine. So, for example, John or Andy, they will say, mi chiamo John, sono italiano, sono di Firenze. Okay, italiana, feminine, italiano, masculine. This D is from in this case. Now your turn. Who wants to be my volunteer? I call a man first. I think I have just Andy and John, right? So Andy's my old student, so I'll try John. John, now your turn. Mi chiamo?
Mi chiamo.
Okay.
Okay. Mi chiamo Giovanni.
Oh, Giovanni, ok. Sì, sono?
Okay, sono di Atlanta.
No, first this was sono?
Sono americano.
Sono americano. And this one?
Sono di Atlanta.
Mi chiamo John, sono americano, sono di Atlanta. Okay, a lady now. I want a volunteer. Okay, Jill.
Oh, mi chiamo Jill, sono americana, sono di Atlanta.
Bravi. So this is the verb. So the verb doesn't change, but the nationalities of the adjective change. Americano, americana. So mi chiamo Jill, sorry. Sono americana, sono di Atlanta. Okay, so in my case, I say mi chiamo Alessandra, sono italiana, sono di Firenze, and I can say mi chiamo Alessandra, sono italiana and americana. I have two nationalities, two citizenship. Sono di Firenze, sono di Atlanta. Okay, so italiana, americana, italiano, americano. Bene. Ok, ti presento. Let me introduce to you. Ti presento, for example, Barbara, my old students. Barbara, ti presento gli studenti. Let me introduce to you the students. Ti presento. If I don't know Barbara, I'm talking about Barbara Mathers, my old student. Not because you are old, Barbara, you know that. Okay, so I don't know Barbara and I want to talk formal. I will say le presento I miei studenti, my students. So ti presento is, let me introduce to you, informal. Le presento, same thing but formal. If I want to say students, all of you, let's see. Let's try with this. This battle is a man, is Giovanni, okay? This is Giovanni. So, oh, my students, ciao. Vi presento, let me introduce to you all. Vi presento Giovanni, okay? So, and then at this point you say just one word, piacere. Piacere means nice to meet you. Okay, piacere. And I can reply, piacere mio, pleasure, and then you reply, my pleasure. If you want to speak very formal, you can say molto lieto if you are a man, or molto lieta, means delighted to meet you. It's very formal. My mom used this, molto lieto, molto lieta. I don't use it anymore because it's very formal, but it's in your book. This is in your book, so it's in my PowerPoint too, okay? Okay, and last things, the greetings. Very important. Okay, I saluti, greetings. Here we have 3 boys and they say, ciao Luca, ciao Claudio, ti presento Luca, piacere. So ciao is it's hi. It's a very informal way to say hi.
Oh,
You say ciao when you meet someone and when you leave someone. So it's hi and bye.
hi, bye.
And here, buongiorno means
Buongiorno.
morning, literally, but we use buongiorno until like 5 o'clock, 5 p.m., because it's always day, buongiorno. Buonasera, it's good evening. And buonanotte is good night. So buonanotte, it's really when you go to sleep. You say buonanotte before you go to sleep. Good night. So these are greetings when you meet someone. When you leave someone, you say, for example, I'm talking to you now, say buongiorno studenti, come va? Bene, grazie. And then I leave you and I will say buona giornata. Buona giornata is have a good day. And buona serata is have a good evening. Okay? So this is when you meet someone. This is at the end of the conversation when you leave someone. Buona serata, buona giornata. Okay? So now we can share a video together. We are running a little bit late because the first class is always, I'm always 5 or 10 minutes late because I introduce myself, you introduce yourself. So let's see this video. When I share with you videos, you don't have to understand everything. The important thing is if you can recognize some words that are the words who are in your unit. Okay, this is the important thing. Okay, let's see.
Diciamo quando ci presentiamo? Possiamo dire piacere o molto piacere o anche molto lieto. Molto lieto significa molto piacere.
Okay, so when someone introduces you, a friend or someone, how do you say? I mean, nice to meet you, piacere, or very nice to meet you, molto piacere, o formal, molto lieto, o molto lieta.
Contesto formale o quando abbiamo davanti una persona importante. Una situazione normale è, Giovanna, ti presento un amico, Rino. Rino dice piacere o molto piacere. Giovanna risponde piacere mio e la presentazione finisce con una stretta di mano. Quando andiamo possiamo dire è stato un piacere. A proposito di presentazioni o saluti, c'è come stai con gli amici, come sta quando diamo del lei e c'è una soluzione comoda e semplice che vale per tutti. Come va?
So, come stai is informal, come sta formal, but there is a solution that is good for everybody. Come va is formal and informal. It's good for everybody, okay? So for me, the important thing, you recognize these words here. You can understand everything he says, okay? But if you recognize these words, I'm happy.
Come va con gli amici? Ciao Andrea, come va? E quando diamo del lei? Buongiorno direttore, come va? Quando incontriamo una persona che conosciamo bene, un amico o un'amica, possiamo dare 2 baci sulle guance.
Okay, when we meet someone that we know well, a friend or a relative, we usually kiss both cheeks, okay? It's not a real kiss, it's just, it's a way to say ciao. It's, the Italian people are really physical. So for us, the pandemic was the worst thing ever for everybody, but especially for some people like the Italians, the Spanish, because we used to touch each other. We used to kiss each other, but most of I mean, the most important thing, we used to hug each other. So for us was really difficult not to hug people, okay? Because it's part of our culture. So when we meet someone that we know, I mean, doesn't matter if it's a man or woman, whatever, we say, oh, ciao, mwah, mwah. And sometimes we give 2 kisses, both cheeks, okay? Always 2, not 1, always 2.
Spesso non è un vero e proprio bacio, è un appoggiare le guance e dire come stai? O anche per usarlo come un saluto di arrivederci, quindi quando andiamo.
Yes, it's the same when we say, oh, bye, ciao, we kiss each other. When we meet someone, when we leave someone.
Come stai? Possiamo rispondere in vari modi, ma è una domanda convenzionale, cioè non è una vera e propria domanda per sapere come stiamo, e anche la risposta è generica. Di solito diciamo molto bene o bene, tutto a posto. Beh.
Okay, so come stai? Very good, everything is good. I mean, tutto a posto means everything is okay.
Quando non va molto bene, allora diciamo abbastanza bene, non c'è male. Ecco, dire male, malissimo significa voler cominciare una conversazione lunga e non piacevole, e speriamo di non fare mai questa esperienza.
Okay, so this is the video, and as I told you, I mean, to me, it's okay if you recognize the words, I mean, the light blue words in the video, because they are the words who are in your unit, okay? So, and let me see here. Oh, back, okay, there is another video, but we can watch it next time, don't worry. Okay. Okay, so in your book, remember, just when you see this little word lei with the capital L or LE with the capital L, means you are talking formal. Oh, sorry. Every time you see this word, you are talking formal, lei. So lei, the book says, thinking about you're talking with the king. Okay, so you use the formal, and we will study this together. And here in your book, there is masculine and feminine, molto lieto. I mean, delighted to meet you if you are a man. Molto lieta, if talking is a woman, molto lieto. Italiano, masculine, italiana, feminine. Sono americano, masculine. Sono americana, feminine. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let me see here. Okay, if you have time now, if you have few minutes, okay, let's do this together. So this is masculine and feminine, okay? I just want to know that you understand, you understood well. If you are Mark, what do you say? Molto lieto? Lieto.
Lieto.
Okay, if you are Dina, you say?
Lo sono americano.
No, these ones. Numero 2. Lieta.
Lieta.
Ok. And here, Mark, io sono?
Americano.
Sì.
Americano.
Professoressa Giusti, she's a woman. Io sono?
Italiana.
Italiana. Paul is a man. Let's try this. Io sono un altro.
Americano.
Ok, io sono un altro, another, americano. Dina, a woman. Anch'io sono un'altra americana. Un'altra americana. Bravi, perfetto, bene. So, We didn't have time to, I'll just say these words so you can hear the pronunciation, and then we are done. Altro, americano, americano, anche, come, chi, e, io, italiano, italiana, lei, lieto, lieta, ma, molto, no, origine, sì,
Signore,
signore, signorina, vero. Okay, we are done. So we cover everything. Now, if you have questions, please ask me questions. If you have the book, okay, I'll send you an email, but I need to have your email address. So please give to Victoria your email address so I can send you the homework and the PowerPoint, okay? So I can communicate with you, and I can send you my email address, and you can communicate with me if you need. And if you don't have the book, you can order on Barnes and Nobles has it, and probably some other, some other places, but Barnes and Nobles has for $17. And I think that's it. Do you have any questions? No? About this unit?
We meet once a week?
Once a week.
Yes,
Sì.
okay.
Il lunedì, Monday,
Okay.
from 3 to 4 o'clock. And normally I finish at 4. The first lesson is always longer. So from 3 to 4 is Italiano 1. Okay, so just send to Victoria, sorry if I repeat again, your email address. Let her know your email address so she can send me a list, and I can send you my PowerPoint and the homework for next week. And of course, my email address and my telephone number, so you can contact me if you need, okay? Any questions? You are quiet, you are shy. Don't be shy, you have to talk, okay? I'm not shy, so you have not to be shy, okay? So any question at all? No? Ok, va bene. Bravi, ci vediamo lunedì, il 14 febbraio, San Valentino, ok? Valentine's Day. Grazie e buona giornata. Grazie. Ciao.
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 Ciao, ciao, ciao. Grazie.
Arrivederci.
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 Ciao.
Allora.
It's the best of the one.
Come on, I made a few.
Very good.
But you should, honey, come here. Yeah.